So this vlog, much like my photography at the minute, it's going to be a bit cobbled together. I've come out this morning because it was forecast mist again. Missed the last couple of days, which have been a bit unfortunate, but managed to get out today, managed to get myself sorted and hopefully get a few bits and bobs shot before I open the gallery up a bit later. This was made easier by being up half the night with my son. I'll talk about that a bit later on, but yeah, down at Derwentwater, just trying to sort of cram in some photography where I can at the minute. I was out at Holme Fell earlier in the week, again rushing around a little bit. So just so this vlog runs somewhat in a chronological order, I'll cut to me being at Holme Fell and I'll show you how that little shoot went, and then you can rejoin me back here where we've got a bit of mist. Evening everyone, welcome back. Welcome to a windswept and interesting Holme Fell. It is heather season and most landscape photographers are scurrying around everywhere up and down the country trying to get the best of this before the colour goes over its sort of peak. No prizes for originality coming up Holme Fell tonight, I must say that, but in the Lake District it's definitely one of the best places to come and actually see the heather. And I've not actually shot up here at this time of year for a number of years, so it's yeah, nice to get back up here and sort of reacquaint myself with the heather while it's out. And at the minute it's looking really good. I mentioned on my last video that I'm struggling for time a little bit to get these videos out at the moment, and yeah, I'm going to really try and knuckle down over this next sort of 2 or 3 days and try and get a few vlogs filmed and in the bank. So I've got some stuff to put out over the next few weeks, because the shops, I mean, it's great for business obviously, but the shop's really getting busy at the moment, so all my time is sort of in there really. But yeah, it's looking good tonight. The forecast was, you know, pretty miles off really. It was giving 100% cloud, and there's, looking up at the minute, there's quite a few breaks in the sky, so hopefully that will continue for the rest of the evening and we'll get some nice late light. The plan was to shoot some of the afternoon here and then possibly nip over to Lingmoor and do the rest of the evening up there, but with conditions being as good as they are, I think I'm probably going to stick it out here for the rest of the evening and try and get something half decent. I've got something set up already. I'm just waiting for the sun to drop a little bit. We're still quite a bit off sunset at the minute, and I'm just trying to sort of fine tune that composition, but yeah, looks like a good evening. Right folks, you're back on the pocket 2 here. Sorry, I'm just scaling some dodgy ground here. Yeah, I was talking about waiting for the light there. Now, looking at that bank of cloud just above the mountains there, I think I'm going to have to try and get this shot in the bag now, and then if the light improves a little bit later on, then all well and good. It's one of these where there's some lovely light going on over the mountains, but once the sun dips below that cloud, it's all going to get snuffed out. So I don't think I'm really going to have much opportunity to sort of go around and shoot different compositions here. I'm going to stick with this one shot and have a bit of faith that it's going to work. What I might do, I think, looking at this, because I'm going to only get the one shot here, I'll probably split this vlog up into 2 parts and then do the second part over at Lingmoor, which was the plan here, and that'll be the second part of the vlog. But let me talk you through this shot that I've got set up. When you come to Holme Fell, there's an understandable tendency to want to sort of shoehorn the Langdale pikes into every shot, because it's such a dominant part of the landscape around here, and it's so attractive, obviously, that it makes a great backdrop. I'm getting it in this shot, but the one thing I'm conscious of here is my focal length. You see a lot of shots taken up here with shooting the heather really wide, and the Langdale pikes end up being a little sort of pinprick in the background. So my focal length here is about 30 millimeters. I'm right at the end of my 14 to 30 millimeter lens, and because of that and the proximity to the foreground, I'm going to have to focus stack it. We've got some lovely heather in the foreground here. We've got some nice vibrant green ferns that are going to give me a nice little bit of contrast in the foreground, and then the way the light is sort of crisscrossing across the landscape here, we've got some really nice layers going on, and then with some light hitting the Langdale pikes in the distance there. So yeah, there's not much more to say about this shot. I'm going to grab this one now while it's good, or the light's good, and yeah, I'll put this on the screen now. Let me know what you think anyway. So I hope you enjoyed that little jaunt up to Holme Fell. Trying to cram heather shoots in the last week or so has been really quite problematic. I ran into Darren Knight up there, really lovely chap. I did the photography pubcast a few months ago with those guys. Yeah, really nice to meet you, Darren, and if you don't follow Darren already or watch his videos, does some really lovely stuff. A lot of wildlife, sort of bird stuff as well as landscape. Go and check out his channel. I'll put a link somewhere for that. But yeah, I've come down to the lake here, and I was hoping to shoot the centenary stones. I've just walked over there, and the water has receded enough that they're not submerged, so that shot isn't going to work. So it's back to the car, and we're going to have a bit of an aimless drive around here, and hopefully we can find something to shoot. I don't think this mist is going to shift very quickly. We're about 10 minutes off sunrise at the minute, and I think it's going to hang around for a little while here, so I've got a little bit of leeway. So yeah, let's see what we can find. Right, this is proving to be a little bit frustrating. Come round to Stranshag Bay, which is very much a plan B here, with the hope of shooting towards St Herbert's Island in the distance. It is really misty, and it's so misty that it's taking forever to clear. It's one of these where I think when the sun gets up and it starts to burn off, it might be a touch harsh. But we're going to wait around and see if we can grab a shot here. I think it's going to be one of these where it's one shot and that's your lot. But can't complain too much. Guy across there having a whale of a time on a paddle board. Lovely morning for it. Atmospheric, I think you would call it. But yeah, a little bit of a waiting game at the minute. Hopefully this light will be pretty nice when it gets through. It's just a little frustrating. But what can you do? When it's misty like this, you've just got to get out and just sort of play it by ear a little bit, and that's really all I'm doing here. Ideally, if I'd had more time this morning, I'd have probably tried to get above it, but I've got to have the shop open at 9, so yeah, on the clock a little bit. But yeah, see how this one pans out. I'll check back in with you in a bit when hopefully this light comes out. Well, I must admit, after standing here for a couple of hours, I thought this was going to be an exercise in futility, but it is finally starting to clear now. So I'm not going to waffle on too much about the technical side of these shots, because I think this is going to happen quite quickly, and I'm going to have to get the shots and get them in the bag, because it's going to shift once the sun gets up a bit more. So I'm shooting towards St Herbert's Island. I've got the 24-200 on. I'm shooting quite long here, and I've got a couple of ND filters on, the magnetic circular ones that you can stack, and just trying to smooth out a little bit of the water. And I'm hoping that this mist is going to shift enough that I'm going to be able to get St Herbert's Island in the shot, as well as Cap Bells in the background. I don't know if that's going to happen yet, but we'll have to see what happens. Check I'm in focus. Yeah, should be all right. Right, so I'm back in the gallery. Oh, don't want that camera to slip. Just a sec. There we go. Right. Yeah, I'm back in the gallery. Filming the end of that vlog was a bit tricky. I was getting accosted by loads and loads of dog walkers going past. Lovely people just wanting to have the crack and see what I was doing and that sort of stuff. So yeah, it was a case of, like I was saying on the camera, getting the shots in the bag and just worrying about the footage later, because that mist really cleared quickly. It was a case of probably pea soup to, you know, completely clear in about 10 minutes. So it was a case of rapid fire shooting. Hopefully a couple of them come out pretty nice. I haven't seen them obviously at this point while I'm filming this, but they look pretty decent on the back of the camera. In a perfect world, the light would have got out a bit sooner, but truth be told, now more than ever, I was just pleased to be out. I know photographers say that a lot, but me in my position at the minute, I don't really talk about this too much, but I mentioned earlier about my son keeping me up all night. My son's autistic and he goes to a special needs school. He's 9 and he is very routine based, and if you're the parent of an autistic child, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about here. And he always struggles through the school holidays. He absolutely loves being in school and being in his little sort of routine. And when that's broken up, especially towards the end of the school holidays, he tends to sort of struggle. And the first thing that goes is sleep. So myself and my partner, the last few weeks have just been like zombies. And we're really trying to sort of just survive this last couple of weeks until he goes back to school. So that, coupled with the shop being really busy through the tourist season, has meant that my photography has had to sort of take a little bit of a backseat. But that's no problem, because it's going to improve in the next couple of weeks, and I'm really looking forward to autumn. I've got a jam-packed schedule between trips and workshops. So yeah, loads of time with the camera and lots more videos coming up. But for now, it's a case of just trying to shoehorn the odd shoot in where I can. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this cobbled together video. I was really pleased with that shot I got up at Holme Fell. It was a little bit of a 50-50 one when I was looking at it on the camera, but after I processed it, really pleased with the result I got there. So, and also just pleased to get something from this heather season, because the peak of the colour has coincided with some absolutely drab weather. Certainly up here anyway, it was just wall-to-wall grey skies for about 10 days. So the times that I did try and get out and shoot something, the conditions were so bad I just didn't bother filming them. So yeah, pleased with that one in the end. I haven't seen these ones from this morning, obviously, while I'm talking to you, but hopefully those will process up quite nicely as well. So yeah, keep liking and subscribing. Hopefully I'll be able to get out in the next couple of weeks and get something before the school holidays finish. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.